Ready? Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Legacy of Coppini and Tauch. Thank you for taking the time to join us in celebrating these great artists and their works of art. The collaboration between Coppini Academy of Fine Arts and the Bexar County Clerk's Office has made this event possible. I would also like to take the time to acknowledge two people that spearheaded this event: Mr. Tom Ellis, President of the Coppini Academy of Fine Arts, and Andrea DeLeon, Special Collections Librarian for the County Clerk's Office. Uh, it is a privilege to be part of this collaboration and part of an organization that is open to these types of connections. And that being said, I am honored to introduce the leader of the organization I work for and part of this collaboration, Ms. Lucy Adame-Clark, the Bexar County Clerk.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm so honored to have you all in the beautiful Presidio of the County Clerk's Office. It is an honor to have you here because as the Bexar County Clerk, we oversee the collection that goes back to 1699 in Bexar County. Many of you all don't know that the County Clerk's Office in Bexar County used to stretch all the way to Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, New Mexico, and a little bit of Wyoming, and a little bit of Nebraska. Having Coppini here and having you all to be a partner of the Bexar County Clerk's Collection, along with the Daughters Republic of Texas, is an honor. Our staff, Andrea DeLeon and Mr. Tom Ellis, thank you all for choosing to be partners with us here at the County Clerk's Office. The collection will stay here for 6 months. We will make sure that we announce it again to our media because as I saw many of the collection, I saw the flood of Galveston, and that was very near and dear to my heart because the district clerk and the county clerk in Galveston have almost finalized their preservation of their collection because of the flood that happened in Galveston. As we move forward, we want you to know that the reason we have red carnations is because it's used to identify the Waldine, is it Tauch or Tau? Tau. And the Coppini, as a train depot of the Waldine, first came to San Antonio to study under Pope Coppini. Did I say that correct? Pompeo Coppini. My father's Mexicano Italiano, but I didn't learn how to speak Italian. So it is an honor at this point. I will call Andrea DeLeon to the podium and Mr. Tom Ellis to explain the collection to all of us. Thank you all. Give a round of applause.
Hi. So a little bit about this collection. The idea first started when we met Mr. Ellis at the Coppini Academy of Fine Arts. We were working on our fiesta display at the old courthouse. And then he was explaining the history and then how many of the information wasn't known. So when we ended that meeting, I don't know if he remembers, but he said, yeah, well, if you ever want to partner with us, you're more than welcome to. So we accepted that. And it was, I think, interesting because as soon as you said that, I went into our search site and I was like, we must have some documents relating to this. He was such a prominent figure in San Antonio. And then so once we discovered that, we found his a little insert in the index to naturalization. And then that just spearheaded all of the information that we found, kind of like supporting the art that you see around you. So that's how it started. And then it eventually evolved to like a learning experience and getting to know San Antonio through a different way, through the art and then through the history again, because most of the sculptures that you see do have deep-rooted history that not many people know. Anyways, and then without further ado, Mr. Ellis.
You may or may not know that Pompeo Coppini was the first to generate a Fiesta medal. The year was 1905, and we have the original bronze medal in our museum. So this little house over here that y'all have photographed and put up there, that's where we have the academy. So people that are interested in the fine arts can come and learn about the Coppini style, representational style. He was classically trained as an artist. And so he started off in New York and then moved to San Antonio eventually in the teens, the 1900s. Came to San Antonio in 1901, I think, thereabouts. And in 1905, they had their first Fiesta Carnavales Battle of Flowers Parade. And he got involved in that and helped them with that parade. And they had to have a medal, so he generated the first medal. So I find that interesting. Anyway, I got some stories to tell. As Andrea mentioned, people don't really know about Pompeo Coppini. They know about the cenotaph. If you explain what is at the Alamo Plaza and that white marble sculpture, who did that? Pompeo Coppini. He also did the work at University of Texas, the Littlefield Fountain. If any of you have people that went to Texas, University of Texas, or yourself. Yes. A lot of you did not know that Coppini was the sculptor that did the Littlefield Fountain. And of course, at Texas A&M, that's where I went to school, and sort of Andrea, at the at the academic building in the plaza there, that's Sol Ross. That was Coppini, and then I think it was 18 or so thereabouts. Anyway, so there's a lot of Texas history wrapped up in Coppini. But just so you know, he was an Italian-American sculptor born in May the 19th. That's tomorrow, his birthday, 1870, and born in Moglia, Mantua, Italy. Passed away in September at that house. That's where he lived with his wife about 1940 through 1957. And then Waldine was his protege, and she sort of took care of them in their later years of life. And she carried on the tradition through, I think it was 1986 or 88 when she passed away. But they were, by the way, Coppini, if any of you have a relationship with Trinity University, Coppini was the first head of the art department, and then Waldine was the second one. So they have a great tradition at Trinity University in the art department. Coppini is best known for his monumental bronze sculptures and public monuments, many of which commemorate historical figures and events particularly related to the American and Texan history. So he's got close to 300 or more sculptures around the world that he's responsible for. Many of them kind of were part of a Confederate Renaissance back in the 30s and 20s and teens. But there aren't that many of those. People have a kind of a disenchantment with the whole Confederacy thing. Don't let that. He did a lot more than just those, and he wasn't for or against that whole Confederate genre. He was more into the representing the nobility of a soldier or a politician, not so much the states' rights or bent on slavery. He was not part of that group. He studied sculpture at the Accademia di Belle Arti in Florence and he got his degree in 3 years as opposed to 4. Was very proficient, and he was very well known for his ability to generate bronzes very quickly and very accurately, and that's why he was very popular. He gained prominence for his skillful and realistic style. Among his most famous works are the Alamo Cenotaph, the Spirit of Sacrifice, it's called, in San Antonio, and numerous statues of prominent historical figures, including, as I said, Confederate and Texas heroes, political figures, and military figures. He's known for his sculptures by their realism, detailed craftsmanship, and expressive emotional qualities throughout the long career. He created numerous public monuments and memorials and so forth throughout Texas and other states. So come to our museum after you've looked at this. you'll be inspired by his work, and we have more at our museum on 115 Melrose Place. So come by and see us. Call first. We're a volunteer organization, so somebody has to be there to open up and let you in. We're very proud to be part of this exhibition because we want people to know about Pompeo Coppini and Waldine Tauch because of their inspiration, the representational art that they create, and that's what we're all about, is creating representational great art for people to remember San Antonio, the people of San Antonio, landscapes around here, and so forth. We're into creating better art for the community and also to elevate everybody's skill level, starting with children. And so we were able to provide programs for children and adults. Go to our website, thecoppini.org, and check it out. So if you have, that could go on, but I want to say, let's look at the exhibit and be inspired. And thank you so much for letting us come here. You will be welcome at the Coppini, and I think if you have persons in your family, you yourself that are interested in art, you'll find a way to that art through the Coppini Academy of Fine Arts. Thank you so much.
So before we look at this beautiful collection, I want to say thank you, Mr. Ellis. Thank you so much for all that education, information. Myself being here since 1972, that's when I was born. I didn't know about the Coppini collection, but you would be proud to hear that the first year that I was elected into office, the cenotaph was in danger. They wanted to move the cenotaph. I, being born here and being able to value all these beautiful collections that are all across our Alamo, our city. My father was born here in 1937. My grandfather was born in Spur, Texas. My grandmother was born in Martindale, Texas. Another grandmother in Bastrop, Texas. Jalisco, so we have a lot of Texas history. So I was the only person of my party affiliation fighting for the cenotaph to continue standing where it's at. So I want you to know that because it's important that we value some of this history that's here. It may hurt us, it may, we may not want to hear about it, but as a county clerk, we value not only scanning, digitizing, but preserving not what it did, but educating the future. And that's what the county clerk office has continued to do. And we've already preserved about 70% of our collection. That includes the deputation or the actual naturalization of records of individuals that came from different countries. You can see that online for free. I want to thank Andrea DeLeon. Andrea DeLeon, thank you for taking on this challenge. Thank you, ladies, who helped put this collection together, making sure that it represents not only the Coppini collection, but it represents us as a county clerk's office. Again, at this point, let's go ahead and see this beautiful collection, and it's all yours. Thank you. One, two, three.
Yay. Thank you very much. There's more to see. There's more to see. This is the iceberg. Oh,
What we will do is we're gonna
good. All right, appreciate it. Appreciate it. I have some cards back here.